Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Kemi Olunloyo. Earlier today, Monday, the 10th of November, 2025, I joined Stella Demoka Corcus on her Instagram Live. There were some technical issues, and I'm not an Instagram person, okay? I just work in the White House press feed over there, and I discovered something in the live was not working towards the area of updating the app. Okay, so Apple and Google were telling me to update the app. By the time I went to update the app, come back, I don't know. It was just crazy. She was trying to bring me in. She brought me in for like really briefly, and next thing you know, an update came on. So I couldn't go on the show and say what I wanted to say. Well, let's get to it. Here's what I wanted to say, and I'll send the video to Stella. All right. All my videos are on YouTube. I'm no longer posting on TikTok, only to my subscribers. The situation with Regina Daniels, I hope you're watching Saida Bodge because you've been stalking my TikTok for the last 2 weeks. All right, because some of you are just senseless. When you put out your stupid videos, creating your content, you end up defaming people. Okay? You're yelling around. Why am I calling Regina a drug addict? Why are you gonna me? Well, now she's admitted that she's a drug addict. Her husband told you she was battling drugs. Her husband says she's trying to save her because of her children. If she didn't have children, she can become a junkie all she wants. But when you have children, you've involved them. So, Saida, keep your mouth shut, okay? You're botched. Saida Wiri. Olùṣe olórí burúkú, ìwọ ń kígbe mọ́ èmi. Mo tó bí ẹ lọ́mọ, mo tó bí ẹ lọ́mọ ọmọ. Regina has now admitted that she's on drugs. And she said, so what? That's a typical addict. Her body's wearing down. You can see how much weight she's losing. She's eating a lot. She's filming everything she's doing. We're watching. This is not America. This is Nigeria, where you can single-handedly ruin your life with your own hands. Everything that was posted on Instagram story about Ned Nwoko was not being written by Regina. It was written for her. Where many of you have no brains, okay, is you want to rush and come into Kemi Olunloyo's comment and insult me. I'm not your level. I don't fuck with Nigeria. I don't fuck with Nigerians on Instagram. My name is Dr. Kemi of Nigeria. I'm from a great country with bad people. You want to know the news, you come to me. I am in charge of the news. I might be retired. I'll give you the information. If you don't like it, don't listen. That's how it works. We have a serious problem on our hands. The internet has directed a very dangerous narrative into Nigerians. Why are you guys discussing Ned Nwoko's marital life? What concerns you in his marital life? I don't really give a damn about his marital life. All I'm concerned about is the work I do. I'm a drug abuse expert. You don't know anything about me. I keep telling you, internet people, you don't know a thing about me. I have worked in a drug abuse facility, the most prominent hospital in America, Johns Hopkins, Baltimore. To that Blessing Ochi and all these nonsense people who are in America and think America is everything in the world, we were there before you. We ran America. Okay? In the 90s, you were not born. So you have no say, Blessing Ochi. All these rubbish people talking to me, kids. Dr. Kemi, you're the one that needs the rehab. I don't need rehab. I don't use drugs. I've never abused drugs. This Blessing girl was actually calling me an addict. You're the addict. Where did you hear that from? When did I use drug? I locked somebody up in Nigeria. They stayed in prison for 1 year. I did not go to court. I did not go back to Nigeria, and I kept them there. But you don't know how Ibiomi kept me inside the prison because he didn't want to. Well, let me tell you guys, if you try me with that drug addict thing, okay, you know you're defaming me big time. All right? I am an award-winning drug abuse expert, counselor, and educator. The United States government honored me. I wrote a plan for pregnant women on drugs. Mending Addiction and Pregnancy MAP that was adopted by the U.S. Department of Education during the Clinton administration. President Clinton honored me, gave me a green card on EIB, NIW, National Interest Waiver, aliens of exceptional ability. The letters are online. You can see everything. Congress honored me. My governor, Paris Glendening of Maryland, honored me. My mayor, Baltimore, Mayor Schmoke, my county executive for Baltimore County, Dutch Ruppelsberger, who later became a congressman, has now retired, Senator Barbara Mikulski, Congressman Elijah Cummings, late. I can go on and on and on. I'm an expert in this thing. And all that stuff came outside pharmacy. Imagine. Some people was like, is she a pharmacist? Is she a medical doctor? Is she? They still asked. On my free days, I went out there and educated young people about drugs. I took my kids with me. That's why my children don't do drugs. And you are sitting in Nigeria ruining your lives. At the end of the day, 30 years later, I went back to my own country and told the NDLE I'm prepared to help them. Why haven't you said that Marwa paid me? How come I don't hear that? But everything else, they've paid her. They've paid her. They don't bond you to say that. Marwa will arrest you, and it's not police. It's not even NDLE. It's DSS. You can't ruin his name. He almost arrested Iyabo and Tonto when they were saying that he poisoned Mohbad. And DSS doesn't release anybody for 2, 3 years. You don't want to mess with me. Oh. Be careful what you say. Okay? Drug addict to me. What will make me my self-esteem go so low that I'll be taking drugs? I don't even drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. Why would I be smoking weed, cocaine, crack? All the shit you see on the internet are just words some people blurt out there because they don't like the truth. You don't like what Kemi said about one news story. She's a drug addict. She's crazy. She belongs in Yaba left. You're my psychiatrist, Abby. Shut the fuck up, useless people. Any moment now, Nigeria should be bombed in the right places. Now, listen to me very carefully. Okay? The stuff that was put out there was written by Sweezy, Regina's brother. Okay? There's something called Instagram Map. If you have your maps, turn it off. Many of you don't even know it's there. It caused a ruckus 3 months ago in America. Somebody was actually killed because of that feature. Turn it off because we know where you are. This was how I was able to get the address for Priscilla and where Iyabo was at any one time. Tanzania, Banana Island. Instagram Maps is off. It will tell you who's posting, where they're posting from. Sweezy, we see you from London. You're the one posting all this nonsense for Regina. Okay, well, let's look at what was posted. Imagine her brother posting for her. So I use drugs. So what? Regina has single handedly destroyed her life with that post. Nobody's going to hire you for any kind of ambassadorship or any kind of influencer stuff. You just admitted to the whole world that you're a drug addict. Some people are saying she should get PR, she should get this, she should get that. Well, I don't know. I'm just going to say this. I called Ned Nwoko. What is this thing about forcible rape, being given drugs, being this, being that? Ned Nwoko said, let me pick up my stuff. I chatted him last night. Let me do a time date stamp on this. I only have 1 minute to do this. It's Monday, the 10th of November, 2025. 1 minute. Hi, Ned. What is this thing I hear about Regina saying that you always wanted her to use drugs for intimacy? I don't know, but she's the one. Hold on. I don't know, but she is not the one writing all this stuff. I already told you who's writing. I did my own investigation. These are all false and blatant lies. I'm totally against alcohol and drugs. I do not smoke anything. Layla will confirm this. A sex tape? Nothing like this. I don't have a sex tape with Regina. We don't have any such things. I have never indulged in such. Someone is writing this for her. Like I said, the brother. When I first met Regina, she claimed she was 21 in the presence of her mother. I married her in 2019 and she was 19. Let's speak later, Kemi. I'm going into session. There you go. That's what Senator Ned